Hey guys, how you doing? This is معتز اسماعيل speaking. Our today's lesson is lesson 12, Bob's Big Cookie Order. After they had negotiation with Carol, Bob now is making his order of cookies in order to make a business and sell it to Carol in order to sell it in her shop. The family is gathered around with a dinner table. Bill tells them about his deal with the village market. He asks his kids for help baking the cookies. We will see how is the conversation goes with Bob and Nicole, and we will see how these idioms are used inside these conversations. And there will be a good discussion here about the characters, but before we go inside any of these, we have to go through the idioms. And the idioms here, the first idiom is bite off more than one can chew. Is to take more than one's capable of, to take on too much, to take something that is beyond your ability and your power. You can't do it. It's something out of your control and out of your power. For example number one, Jennifer is having a dinner party for 50 people and she can't even cook. It's out of her control. She can't control it. I think she's bitten off more than she can chew. She's doing overload. Okay. Example number two, you agreed to host 50 exchange students from Korea. Aren't you afraid they have bitten off more than you can chew? I mean, number 50 students are very large and no one can take such a number of students. So you take more than you actually take into burden. You can handle it. So it's something beyond your ability, your capability. The synonym here, the same meaning here is to be or to get in over one's head. Over one's head. Jennifer is in over her head with her dinner party. So it's over her ability, over her capability. Yeah, for heaven's sake, or for God's sake. It's an expression of emotions that talks about surprise, outrage, or impatience. So when people are impatient, for example, this says for God's sake, for heaven's sake. Example number one, hurry up for one heaven's sake. You're going to be late for the school, so for God's sake. For God's sake, for heaven's sake. Example number two, oh, for heaven's sake, yesterday I made 3 dozen chocolate chip cookies and today there is only 1 cookie left. Oh my God, it's the same thing here for heaven's sake. So for God's sake, for goodness sake, for pity's sake, for God's sake, I think these are the most common synonyms you can ever have for this expression. The following one is to get going, to get started on something, to start, to kick off, to set off for a destination, to leave. So if you don't get going on your homework soon, you're going to be up all night. If you don't get on your study soon, you will not be able to pass the exams. We'd better to get going to the restaurant now, otherwise we'll be late for our 7 o'clock reservation. You'd better get on studying for the exams right now, otherwise you won't be able to keep up with it. Synonyms here, the same meaning as to get a move on, to get the show on the road, to get the show on the road. So, or to hit the road sometimes. Help out is to give assistance, to help. It's to help. So sometimes you need people to help you out in your homework or in your work. For example here, Amber offered to help in the kitchen by chopping nuts. I'll be happy to help out by baking cookies for the picnic. To lend a hand or to give a hand. These are the same meanings for the word help out. Alright. Like a chicken with its head cut off. It's a hysterical manner, in a frenzy, in a very nervous way. So when you are very nervous and you can't deal with the situation properly, so you have, we call it like a chicken with its head cut off, alright? Example number 1, Ken was late for work and he couldn't find his car keys. He was running around his apartment like a chicken with its head off. He's going all the wrong directions. He's doing everything except finding his own keys, and he's not dealing with the situation probably in the right way. Example number 2, Patricia ran around the school looking for her lost backpack like a chicken with its head cut off. So he or she doesn't know exactly what she is doing. Alright, note, this idiom is usually used with the phrase to run around. To run around, as in the above examples. Alright, for example, here again, Ken was late for work and he couldn't find his car keys. He was running around his apartment like a chicken with his cut off. You can change it as with the run around. Apartment running around. Like crazy with a great speed or enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. So example number 1, when P.T. Sampras won the tennis match, the crowd started cheering like crazy. Example 2, Anne ran like crazy, but she still did not manage to catch the bus. Crazy with a great speed, like as fast as they can. So it's a crazy situation. Like pulling teeth, very difficult. Very hard situation. It's like pulling teeth getting Max to talk about his girlfriend. Kylie hates to study. It's like pulling teeth getting him to do his work every night. It's something difficult. He's something that he's not enjoying it. Never mind. Don't worry about something. Forget it. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. All of these words actually can make a good response. You forgot to pick the eggs at the supermarket? Never mind. I'll get you tomorrow morning. Never mind what your friends say. You need to do what you think is right. Another idiom here is pitch in. To pitch in, that is to help out. The same thing, to give a hand, and the same exhibitions we have just discussed. Example number 1, Nicole offered to pitch in and clean up her neighborhood beach. She picked up 5 plastic cups and an old towel. Example 2, if you need my help, just ask and I'd be happy to pitch in. The same sentiments we discussed before. Run around, to move about quickly. The same we have discussed also in above. I've been running around all day making final arrangements for our trip to Costa Rica tomorrow. Example 2, Dippy is exhausted. She ran around town all day today. Things are looking up. Things are improving. There is an improvement, a noticeable improvement. Yes. So example number 1 is that Elizabeth found a wonderful new job and just moved into a beautiful new apartment. Things are looking up for her. Example 2, things are looking up with the economy. The economy is getting improved or is improving, right? It's getting better or it's improving. So let's go back very fast to the conversation between the two and see how Nicholas, Susan, and Bob is preparing or is doing good for their own business. Right? Track number 12.
Lesson 12. Bob's Big Cookie Order. The family is gathered around the dinner table. Bob tells them about his deal with the village market. He asks his kids for help baking the cookies.
I know I've been down in the dumps since I got fired, but things are looking up now. The village market wants to sell our cookies.
That's great news, Dad.
But we're going to have to bake like crazy over the weekend. They want 2,000 cookies by Monday.
2,000 cookies in 3 days? Don't you think you've bitten off more than you can chew?
Yeah, you're going to be running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Fortunately, there are 4 of us here. You kids will have to pitch in too. Sorry, but I can't. I have to finish Ted's chemistry homework, then I've got to get going on my election speech.
What's that about doing Ted's chemistry homework?
Never mind. Amber will help out with the cookies instead of Nicole.
For heaven's sake, Nicole, it's like pulling teeth getting you to do any work around here.
Alright, that's the end of our lesson today, and hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions or discussions and talks, just send me an email or try to contact me in any social media contact, and I will definitely answer your questions. Thank you for your time, and that's it.